In this video, we will discuss about the moving coil galvanometer. The moving coil galvanometer is a device which is used to show the presence of a current in electrical circuit, and it is used to find out the direction of current. Now, let us first discuss the principle of moving coil galvanometer. Now, if you see this principle, we already know that whenever any loop is placed in a magnetic field, then this loop will experience torque, and then torque is given by mb sine of theta, where theta is an angle between magnetic dipole moment and magnetic field. And the second rule is the current in a coil is directly proportional to the deflection produced. That is, if in a galvanometer, what is the current passing through it, that depends upon the how much deflection is produced. Now let us discuss about the construction of moving coil galvanometer. The moving coil galvanometer consists of two poles, that is North Pole and South Pole. The shape of these poles are so adjusted that it provides a radial field. See, as in this figure, so this is your North Pole and South Pole. Magnetic field produced by these poles are shown by these lines. So this is known as a radial field. Now, what is the advantage? Now, advantages of this magnetic field is that it provides a concentrated magnetic field between the poles, and because of this field, the magnetic field always perpendicular to the area vector of the loop. Between the pole, we place a core, that is cylindrical core, over which we wrap a large number of laminated copper wire, which have two terminals T1 and T2. So here this full arrangement is kept inside this one, kept between the poles. This is used to just enhance the magnetic field between the poles, because when it is placed between the poles, it also gets magnetized, so it enhances the magnetic field. This cylindrical core is attached with a spring to provide a restoring force to the, because of passing a current. If this cylinder rotates, so as it rotates, it goes on deflecting to a one end. To restrict the deflection to a particular value, we attach a spring at the bottom of this cylinder. So this cylinder is attached with some needle and some scale to measure the deflection. So this is the construction of moving coil galvanometer. Now let us discuss about the working. As this galvanometer is connected to some electrical devices, suppose the current is flowing to this galvanometer through the terminal T1 and T2. So you will find that when this current is passed through this loop, current carrying loop, as we know that this is your coil, this is your cylindrical core over which we wrap a large number of laminated copper wire. So this forms a loop. So if current is passed through this one, so it becomes a current carrying loop. So when a current carrying loop is placed between the poles, then it experiences a force. So if there are capital N number of turns wrapped over it, then and these loops are placed in a magnetic field, these loops, which one? A current carrying loop. These current carrying loop are placed in a magnetic field will experience a torque, and then torque is equal to mb sine theta, where theta is the angle between magnetic dipole moment and magnetic field. So I have chosen the radial field. So because of this radial field, the magnetic field is always perpendicular to the magnetic dipole moment. So theta angle is 90 degree. So our torque becomes mb. This is for single loop. Now if we have a total capital N number of loops or turns, then what will be the total torque experienced? So total torque becomes NMV. So we know that magnetic dipole moment is how much? Magnetic dipole moment is equal to product of current and area of the loop. If it is having capital N number of turns, then total magnetic dipole moment will be N, capital N, I, A. So put the value of this magnetic dipole moment in this equation. So it becomes capital N, A, I, B. So this is your total torque experienced by all the magnetic loops which are placed inside the galvanometer. This torque, that is a rotating force experienced by these loops which is attached with this cylinder, also rotate the cylinder. So as a result, this needle which is affixed with this cylinder will also rotate. So as it rotates, I suppose it get deflected by an angle of alpha. So the magnitude of this angle depends upon the how much torque is experienced by this cylinder. So we can say that the torque action produced is alpha. Now from here you can say that torque is directly proportional to the alpha, that is angle. So this is our proportionality sign and this is your angle alpha. Now if you remove this proportionality sign by introducing a constant, then I take that constant as a k. So it is k alpha. So where k is a constant. The value of the k depends upon the spring constant. So we know that this cylinder is attached with this spring, and this spring does not let it to rotate freely. So it offers some restriction. So the value of k depend upon the. Now if you put the value of this torque, we know the value of the torque is equal to capital N A I B into equal to k alpha. So from here we calculate the value of I. So here I is equal to k N A B and alpha. So from here you can say that the current is directly proportional to the deflection produced. So this is our second principle. So amount of, if you remove this proportionality constant, then we have a constant. That constant is known as a capital G into alpha. So this is your this much. So this is your current is equal to G. So where capital G is known as a galvanometer constant. So where capital G is known as a galvanometer constant. So value of G from this above relation, so we can say that I is equal to G alpha. So this term will be equal to G. So here G will be equal to how much? G is equal to K divided by NAB. Spring constant, that is property of the spring, number of turns, area of the loop and magnetic field. Let us discuss about the sensitivities of a galvanometer. There are two types of sensitivities, current sensitivity and voltage sensitivity. Now current sensitivity. Current sensitivity is defined as the ratio of deflection produced to the current passed. That is, here the current sensitivity is represented by I small s is equal to alpha deflection produced to the amount of current passed. So if you put the value of this current from this above equation, then what we get, K N A B alpha, alpha get cancelled out, we are left with capital N A B divided by K. So the current sensitivity depends upon the number of turns, area of the loop and magnetic field, and current sensitivity inversely depends upon the K constant, that is a property of the spring. Now next is voltage sensitivity. Voltage sensitivity is also defined as the ratio of the deflection produced with the voltage applied. So same, Vs means voltage sensitivity, so that is equal to alpha divided by the voltage supplied. वोल्टेज सप्लाई करने पर कितना एंगल, कितनी डिफ्लेक्शन होती है, सो दैट इज अल्फा. सो अल्फा इज इक्वल टू I into R. So current sensitivity becomes, put the value of current and we get this much answer. Here one more is there, that is resistance is there. Voltage sensitivity depends upon the number of turns, area of the loop, magnetic field and property of the spring, and also depends upon the resistance of a wire which is wrapped around a core. Now a question is asked, if I increase the number of turns, can we increase both the sensitivities, is current sensitivity and voltage sensitivity? Because if you see the formula of current sensitivity, that is proportional to N, voltage sensitivity is also proportional to N. But it is not the case, because we know that as we increase the number of turns, no doubt the current sensitivity increases. But problem is that if you increase the number of turns, then resistance of the wire will also increase, because more turns needs more length, and resistance is proportional to length, so resistance will also increase. So here current sensitivity is inversely proportional to the resistance. So if you increase the number of turns, your resistance will also increase. So we can say that by increasing the number of turns, you may not be increasing the voltage sensitivity. Thanking you.